Hey guys, welcome back to more Let's Play Rogue Galaxy. Last time, we got ourselves put in jail. Wouldn't be an RPG if we didn't get put in jail at some point.
Wonder if they're worried about us.
And sadly, a number of these doors aren't actually doors, or at least they're not doors that we can interact. So even if it looks like we have a door that's right there, it's usually not. We usually have to go a ways. And in this area, it does take a little while.
What a waste of time.
Now, if you remember at the tail end of the last episode, we got some more powerful abilities. Specifically by getting access to the almighty Dragon God Skull. Ow. Sadly, my party members are not great at doing their job, so I have to do it for them.
Everyone okay?
I'll take the snow crest. Of course, after almost every battle now, I have to heal people, especially those people, because they don't do a very good job of keeping themselves alive and dealing damage.
We're gonna have trouble getting through here.
Yeah, I still find it weird that I never found that the first time I was here. Now, like I said multiple times now, there's no fall damage. So even though I'm walking down the pathway, you don't have to walk down the pathway. You're free to jump all the way down to the bottom.
Skills to the test.
And how do you figure that? Sometimes the active chat just basically talks nonsense.
What a waste of time.
So I said that we got access to some more powerful abilities. Now, Desert Wind at level 1 was not quite killing these guys. The animation, as far as I remember, doesn't change. But the damage sure as hell does. Yeah, the damage absolutely skyrockets for level 2s. You are going to want to upgrade gear to level 2 as soon as possible. You see the question mark over there and the key that we just found. I think you can put 2 and 2 together. Maybe, hopefully. But yeah, we're gonna get there in a moment, but we have to go down another floor first. King of the New World. Is this a, when did Death Note come out? Is this a reference to that? I don't know. But anyway, we're at the bottom floor here. Each of these, I think, has about 3 layers. We can't fall down there. This is not a, just spam this here. And the reason why I'm spamming it at the moment is because I'm pretty close to maxing out my recharge strings. So I just want to make sure that I have reason to actually use them. But yeah, no Darth Vader. We can't fall down here. Now I believe Binding Frost, we got a new gun and another silver bangle. Now, the items that you can get around here, I've talked about them as we've gone through the Dragon God Skull, the 2 to 6%. We need 20 of them. We'd like to get at least 5 before we're done with the area. The Absolute Zero Stone is a 3%. We require 11 of them. A few would be nice, but it's not entirely needed. We don't need like that many, and we do tend to find them. That doesn't mean those are the only ones available here. There are enemies around here that will drop Ho-Ho Bird Feathers and Medusa Locks and Myriad Branches and Queen Bee Stingers and all that kind of good stuff. It's just that the ones that I'm talking about are, that I list at the start of each area are going to be the new ones. You're still going to be able to find a bunch of the older items, but I just want to point out the new ones so that we know what new items we have access to.
They'll become legends.
Yes, I guess we will. Speaking of that, we might as well make our way forward. Keep fighting enemies. We're going to need a lot of money. 1,300 is nowhere near enough to get us all the things that we need to buy. Me too. You need a key card from the treasure. Why is it in a treasure box on the same floor right next to the same door that it's used on? It's not a very good lock if the key is right next to it. Just like the people who put the, the spare key on top of the door, the edge of the door or whatever, and then think that that's a good way of making sure they don't lose their key. It's also a good way of letting people just basically unlock their way into your house. So apparently there's more than one. Can I get in there? Insert, well, they basically tell you flat out which one you need here. So prison barrier key. We use that and we can move on. Not,
What the heck is going on?
not too complicated. Can't go up there. What else do we have in here? So a lot of these pathways feel... Yes, it is. I want her dead. She is not very entertaining, and I do not enjoy the fact that she put me in jail. He doesn't want out.
Here they come. Here they come.
Get the guard going there. We don't want to only use the spells over and over and over again. Battles would get kind of boring. That was fast. I'd rather not waste revives on you because... Oh, lovely. All right, we'll just go for this. I find this particularly easy to do. It's another button timing thing, kind of like your Legend of Dragoons and such. So it's not really. Would you guys stop dying every 2 seconds in battle, please? There is no reason you should be dead that fast. Now, when you first get here, you might want to avoid fighting directly the way that I have been a few times here, and just basically get that first Dragon God Skull, upgrade Jaster, and then feed him recharge drinks over and over and over again in hopes of getting access to, just winning the battles fast, getting enough experience to survive. I don't think there's anything down here, if I remember correctly. Doesn't look like it.
Trouble getting through here.
So instead, we will go on up. We saw the star there. But yeah, you'll probably just want to spam this until you get on an even keel where the enemies don't slaughter you. And you will find recharge drinks as regular drops around here. In my test run, I maxed out on them in this area and had to start spamming them pretty readily. So don't be afraid to use them here. Frightening. Hey, there's an item I'm looking for. Another magic lipstick. I will take that. Now I know where I am on my map.
Why are there beasts inside a prison?
That's a good question. Not all the prisons seem to have guards in them. Only a couple enemies this time, so we'll fight normally. Tonight, or again? Stop making me waste items on normal battles. What is wrong with you guys? How do you guys die in like 2 seconds all the time? The enemy has no life left. Just attack it. Nice. Well, take the Flame God Stone, though. I definitely am going to be needing those. It was an accident. I haven't done anything wrong. Kind of a contradiction there. All right. What do we got here? You guys may have noticed. Okay, before I talk about that, we'll talk about the Cursed Mask. The Cursed Mask, it's the first one of these that we found. It's kind of on the rarer side of things. Let's go to the flow here. I believe, actually, if I remember correctly, there's 2 options you can use it for right now. Where was the second one? Ah, yes. Raging Dragon. You can either unlock Raging Dragon, or you can go the wrong way, or you can unlock Voodoo Dance. I would recommend Voodoo Dance. Raging Dragon I basically never used in my test run, but Voodoo Dragon is one of Lilica's key abilities, and it unlocks a whole bunch of other things. Plus it gives her an all targeting attack finally. So I like it. It's also got a neat little feature here, and it also gives us access to Shellbreaker. Shellbreaker is also something that you're going to want to unlock for Lilica. The reason for these is it's a powerful curse, blah, 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 does damage. It inflicts, I believe that's poison. It's hard to tell with some of the icons because I am terrible at remembering them, but it inflicts poison on them as well, which can deal a little bit of damage over time. It's pretty expensive, but it's decently powerful at this point, and well, not the most powerful overall. It will definitely serve its purpose for a while. Shellbreaker is basically Flash Sword again. This time it's for her melee weapon as opposed to Blast Arrow, which was for her bow. So now I have a way of having her break guard when she's attacking close up, which is what I would prefer her to do most of the time. So I tend to use that there, but do note that you aren't really going to get very many of those in the foreseeable future. So use it wisely. Yeah, he let us out, and now we haven't really seen him since. Seemed to see a lot of the soldiers that were helping him. Elevator.
Come on, let's get moving.
Always got to check behind me to make sure I'm not leaving chests behind. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I was walking into the elevator again, but no. I was looking for a treasure chest. Now there's an elevator.
Be careful.
And that.
Way if we're careless.
How much further are we gonna have to walk? Well, that's kind of the nature of random encounters. That's kind of the thing with random encounters. Like, I like the element that they're trying to bring to a video game. They're trying to make it seem as though danger can come at any time. And if danger can come at any time, then you always have to be aware and you always have to be careful on whether you're going to be able to, like, survive or not. But at the same time, it gets really tedious really fast. So you draw the line between both. More Flame God Stones. Perfect. We will be making use of those. I should probably have the next stage of the map on my other screen so I can see where all these items are. Hello, shop. Director is spending lots of money on strange experiments. Gets deep into our salaries. Now, it seems as though some of the shops we've seen so far are in league with the guy that we broke out, that, you know, his guys came to break him out. This guy seems to be just a regular employee of the prison who's like, yeah, I don't get paid enough for this shit. All right, what do we got? Anything new around here? We have some of that. We have some of that. We have some of that. Nothing particularly interesting from this guy, though. There are potions if you need potions, revives, whatever. Those guys have way too much health. Take me way too long to kill them. I'll just throw a spell at them and call it a day.
Who is that old geezer?
All right, one more treasure chest here. What do we got? Smoked rainbow newt. I was holding off on something until I had more of those. Why do I keep going to allies when I want to do the float? Was it you? Oh, I think it was... Yeah, it was probably just for Steve. Yeah, I'll hold off. It's fine. Whatever. I'm not using you guys at the moment. Flash Sword level 2. Let's make that upgrade. With Flash Sword level 2, the amount that it changes over level 1 is probably not that much. I don't have the... Where is it? I know I have it. No, I double-checked my resources. I can't find a specific value in terms of how much it increases your attack power by. I would assume it's more than the previous one. Otherwise, what's the point? But anyway, we will not be getting level 3 for a long time. That is, I think, a level or a chapter 9 item, if I remember correctly. So yeah, we're not going to see level 3 of anything for quite some time. So don't worry about that. Whirlwind, we're going to ignore that. We're going to ignore. It looked like I was doing about 1300-ish. So let's pop this now and see if we can get a little bit more out of it. I was telling you before that I'm not 100% sure if this applies to spells or if it applies to your physical attacks. And the reason why is because the game's not very clear. Increases the wind element of attacks. Well, is that just the wind element, or is that like the element in general? The reason why I asked this is most of the other characters, they don't get elemental up abilities that are in line with their own attack animations. So this is wind based, he gets wind up. I don't know if anyone off the top of my head has access to another one before. Like, he's got lightning elemental attacks. I don't believe he gets like a lightning up. Of course, I'm never going to be able to find it. Yeah, I can't remember. His might be fire or something like that. It doesn't really matter. You just don't seem to get things that line up. If I was using her, I could unlock that now. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, well, whatever. It's just kind of a thought. It's just a weird thing to have when it doesn't apply to your elemental spells. You would assume that it would. All right, what do we got here? I believe there is nothing on the bottom layer, if I remember correctly. Okay, important enemies here. What I'm gonna do here is we'll fight a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to pull my first save state and abuse the ever-loving crap out of this because nice leg. Both of the enemies here have a chance of dropping that Dragon God Skull, and it's, like I said, extremely valuable. And the next thing I'm going to do with it is I'm going to level up Simon's attack. His missile squall, which is going to make it so that I have 2 different characters I can use to just nuke all of the enemies around me. So I'm going to try this a few times and see what I get. I'll take it. It only took like 3 attempts. Works for me. Back to the flow we go. Simon, let's, where'd it go? Let's level that up for you. And Missile Squall level 2 achieved. Again, as I said, we're not going to, there's that same item again. We're not going to be getting that one for a long time. So like I say a few times already, don't bother to invest points into, or like items into any of these until you have the whole thing. There's just no point. It doesn't get you anything, and it makes it so those items are not available for other characters that you may want them for. So yeah, Missile Squall levels up. I don't think anything's changed about it. Inflicts Confuse or Daze. I think that's Daze. And it's Fire Elemental. Basically the same as this, except for this is Wind Elemental. And this uses a little more AP. It's not really a big issue right now. How much AP do you have? Yeah, see, sadly, he does not have enough to get 2 uses of it before he will run out of AP. He's going to need to gain a few levels before he can do that.
Best keep our guard up around that prisoner.
So that's kind of one of the downsides early on in the game. You're going to get these abilities, and you're only going to be able to use them once, sometimes twice before you run out of AP. But we do have those items that we need. There's another one. Do I have anything else that I specifically need to learn right now? Nope, doesn't look like we have anything else that we particularly need to work on right this second. Okay, I'm cutting that fight out. Takes too long. Plus I had to heal, plus I had to change weapons. Where? There is another weapon coming up soon. Or another treasure chest. I believe it's a weapon.
What awful air down here.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Where is it? There are some people in these kind of side... I'm not sure exactly how you describe them, but they don't seem to have the isolated cells here. They're kind of built into the wall. Some of them have people. More slimes. Slimes. Like, if there's 5 enemies, save yourself the hassle. I wasn't... Ooh, absolute 0 stone. I like it. One of the things I forgot to check after leveling up wind up there was to check to see if the damage had changed. Okay. Once we run out of weapons to equip for somebody, then I will go and I'll take a look and see what we've got for weapon combinations. Are you guys done saying the same things yet? Electro nozzle, another weapon. How do you know there's nothing waiting for me? I've got a ship that can't leave. There's definitely something waiting for me.
Something's not right.
Nothing's ever right. It's an RPG. If something was right, then the game would be over. More treasure. Dream mushroom, we need those. And some more heal potions. Just checking my my map there. All right, what do we got here? I would like to... Let's go down first. Just jump straight down. Save some time. I believe, yes, they're over here.
We'd best keep our guard up.
Lilica, get out of the way. You're on top of my treasure chest. Medusa locks and another ancient scroll. I believe that's the last one we need for the characters that we have. Yes. They hid this one. Quite nicely, too. Absolute 0 stones. I'm not too worried about getting them as rare drops around here. There's a lot more valuable things that we would need to pick up before. Go. Ooh. I said it, and then of course the game decides, well, you don't need it, so I'm going to give you a whole bunch of them.
I don't like where this is going.
Well, we're going around in circles in a dungeon, prison, whatever. It's never really a good time. But it will be good once we can get the hell out of here.
I wonder where this is.
You wonder where this is. It's a prison. How are you, like, how are you that stupid? You know exactly where this is. Some of the active speech dialogue just really gets on my nerves. I don't understand why they feel the need to be so stupid at times.
Is this really the right path?
Well, we're supposed to look for that red, and that door over there is blue. And that one's red, so yeah, I'm pretty sure we're on the right path. Interesting, there's a giant hole in the ground there. Not sure why it's there, but it is.
Wonder if they're worried about us.
What, the other guys? Yeah, I'm sure they're fine. Zagram's over there, you know, doing traitorous things, I'm sure, and Casella might be worried. Hello.
I'll take you on.
All right, let's leave one battle in for once. I've been cutting out a lot of the battles. They're starting to take a little more time. So I've been trying to cut them out to an extent. Plus I've been swapping, you know, equipment around after a lot of the battles and having to heal. So save some time here. See if we can actually make some progress. Now, which prisoner is that? The one that got us out or the one that turned into a monster? Either one, really. One of the things I had started to say a little while ago was I've made a couple of audio changes. Again, I'm still not quite satisfied with the way the mic sounds. So let me know if you appreciate the changes, or if I need to go back or lean more into it, or what you think. We can already see the door forward there. And what do I got here? I should have only one treasure left to pick up here, and that is up here. And then we can head on down to the obvious way forward. All right, I think it's about time we turn the active chat off. Okay, very, very confused. Was looking at the wrong map. That's fine. We're good now. Now I know where I am. Resurrections. Yay! I know where I am. This is good. And there's one just over here. And some more slimes. Knew what? Let's show off Missile Squall level 2. If I haven't shown Missile Squall, like, I don't think it changes. But we haven't used it that much. It's a weird animation. But it's quite powerful, even more so than Jaster's Desert Wind. So figured that was worth showing off.
I only hope they don't catch us here.
And I was about to turn things off, and wait a minute. That chest, it looks different. I don't know. I don't really trust it. Yeah, we've got mimics to deal with. Now, mimics in Chapter 4 have different drops than mimics on Draika there. So in this case, he has a 10% chance to drop the Cursed Mask, which is a rare item that I said we're not going to really find a lot of. So I'm going to attempt a few times and see if I can grab it.
I'm in trouble.
He's still ungodly powerful. But we now have more options available to us. Illusion Sword is one of them. So I'm going to use that. Warrior God's Cry, will throw that on. And Simon here can use this ability, which I don't think I've shown off. I think I skipped the other animation there as well with Lilica. I will show that again at first try. Let's go. Okay, I'm happy. Let's move on. But yeah, basically, now that we have some abilities, we can actually get our way through a lot of those fights a lot easier than we could earlier on in the game. So we're no longer stuck using Monography Shot. It's not the fastest way of killing them. It is probably the safest way. So that is an option there if you still need it. But if not, we at least got it. So there's nothing here. So basically, let's drop all the way down for no fall damage and go over to the door over here.
I'll take you on.
And find some more slimes. We'll show off Voodoo Dance here.
Here they come.
So as you can see, it's not quite the same damage level, but it is enough to get the enemies to leave me alone and allows me to take them out relatively quickly.
This isn't good.
So we're fine with that. There should be some treasure around, or not in here, but in... What is in here? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong part of the map again. Even with a map laid out before me, I still can't figure out where I'm going.
They'll become legends.
Another ancient scroll. Max heals. Definitely like max heals. This one is the one that doesn't have any chests in it. But once we get right outside this door,
This is all that ditzy Neo's fault.
we got 3 of them. And you know what? I've had about enough of that. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I've seen that before. Now, this time, I'm pretty much low on everything. So this is pretty much all I have left. Okay, we're gonna get our asses kicked by this guy. I can see that. try and attack from behind if possible. The best way to avoid too much damage. Our gun is not the best choice, but it's something at least. There we go. Well-earned victory. I attempted to get a better drop and I failed. I give up. Try resurrections, very valuable. Try heals, also very valuable. You'll start to notice that we're finding a few more of the try heals, so make good use of like the heal potions in almost every random encounter you find, and make sure to save. Like you don't need to hold on to too many, but use these in emergencies when you're down to like 1 HP. Use these when you need them, but don't spam them too much. I try and avoid using the try resurrections if at all possible. Save them kind of for bosses at this point. But you do whatever works for you. Hey, look, treasure. All right, we got killer grenades, which tells me I am at number 10. Perfect. That's it for this area. Let's make our way up a little bit further. They definitely filled out this area quite effectively with a lot of treasure and a lot of powerful enemies. Still trying to check a lot of the cells, see if there's anybody interesting to talk to. Get some silver bangles. What else do we have? Anybody worth talking to? More slimes. More dead slimes. I don't think the slimes are particularly important. What do they drop? The slimes, Do they drop anything useful? They can drop elixirs, absolute zero stones, snow crests, and the rest of it are all kind of trash loot that we've seen everywhere else, so we don't really need to focus on that. All right, give me my last 2 items. Next floor? Too many floors. Make sure if you're trying to jump corners like that, you don't fall off. That would be a bad time. You know what? I'm done with these guys. Well, I'd say I'm done with these guys, but I kind of need the money at this point, so we'll keep fighting them. And I do need to pick up some more of those things. Ow. Ow! See, like, I got 2 characters that are paralyzed and 1 character that's dead. In some RPGs, this would be a game over. In this RPG, nothing really changes. Where is paralysis? And yeah, now we're absolutely fine. So, challenging, but also... How are you dead already? Can you not stay alive for 2 seconds on your own? It's amazing how weak some of my characters end up being. This is why I just nuke a lot of these enemies with spells at this point, because the battles can get pretty tedious. All right, get a ruby and prison EV startup chip. Chip needed to start up the elevator in the prison. Helpful. I'm assuming that's where I use it. First, we're gonna heal. Second, we're gonna check money. 6,300. Do I have enough to do all the shopping? Absolutely not. In between episodes, I will be doing a little bit of combat, not too much, because a lot of the enemies I want to fight aren't in this section of the prison. So yeah, we don't want to do too much fighting in here, but I'll do a little bit, probably enough to get up to about 10,000 Zen, just because we need it to buy all the things that we want to buy, and I really am starting to need it. We're working toward maxing out a lot of the weapons we have. Down to my last gun, my last sword. The other two have tons of stuff to work on. They will be going for a while. But I am going to have to do some combining here because I don't have a lot of the missile pods because most of them need to be purchased. So I kind of need to buy them for that purpose as well. But anyway, that's pretty much all for this one. Next time we continue our way through the largest prison I've ever seen, or at least the most complicated to get out of. And we'll see where that leads. That's all for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.